Hello, if you have just been watching my May wrap-up, you will be thinking, hang on a second, he's wearing the same clothes. That's because I filmed it not 10 minutes before this one, and I could have changed costumes, I could have lied to, I could have created an elaborate world in which these two videos didn't take place back to back, but that would be false, and that would be wrong, and that would be disingenuous to you, my viewers. And also I'm really lazy and I can't be bothered to change clothing, and I'm still wearing my eyeliner. Still got it going on my face, because why not? So I am going to do one of those things, much like the wrap-up, that I didn't think that I would do, because I didn't think that I actually obtained enough books in a month to do one. So I'm going to do a book haul. This is a list of books that I obtained in the month of May-ish. This, by its nature, is probably going to be pretty short. I buy a lot of books purely because they just kind of sound cool, and that's probably all I'm going to say about them. So the first one I'm going to discuss, I don't remember what order I got them in, so I'm just going to discuss them in the order that I think is interesting, is What Is Not Yours Is Not Yours by Helen Oyoyemi, which I picked up after it was featured in Jen Campbell's YouTube video about books that she had got in April, I believe. It's a short story collection published by Picador, and all of the stories have kind of linked themes of magical realism, a slight sense of dreamlike quality and unease about it, and that is 100% my jam, yo. I like magical realism, I like books that feel kind of dark and a bit weird and a bit unsettling, and it's gorgeous. The binding is really pretty, the cover is super shiny, it's just a very nice book. It smells good too. Helen Oyoyemi. Helen Oyoyemi. I think I'm saying that right. I'm really sorry if I am not. The next two books, actually, that I was given in May to read by my good friend Gemma, I assume she wants them back at some point, were Pawn of Prophecy by David Eddings and Queen of Sorcery by David Eddings. I have read The Redemption of Athalas by David and Lee Eddings many years ago. I think I was about 15 when I read this book. This series is called The Belgariad, and at Gemma's Eurovision party she got very excitable and drunk and thrust them into my hands and said, you need to read these books, everyone needs to read The Belgariad. I don't read a lot of fantasy. I certainly don't read a lot of high fantasy, and these look like high fantasy. The text is tiny, but I'm going to give it a go because I trust Gemma. She's good people. She used to be a bookseller, which means that she knows what she's talking about. So I will give them a go, see what I think. So the next book that I obtained this month was Wolf Hollow by Lauren Wolk, which is a proof copy that I requested from the good people at Corgi Books, or Penguin Random House if you like. It's a middle grade story, I believe it's a debut, I believe it's her first novel, set in Pennsylvania in America, and I just like the title straight away. Wolf Hollow is a really cool name for a book. It made me think of The Wolf Wilder by Catherine Rundell, which is one of my favourite children's books. The jacket for the proof really did something for me, so I requested a copy. It says, the year I turned 12, I learned how to lie on the front. Sounds good to me. I like anything with that kind of sense of darkness about it, anything that's a little bit off-centre and a little bit, emotional. I like that kind of thing. I think it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to this one. Next book, which I actually started reading just this morning, is The Sparrow by, I've forgotten her name, Mary Doria Russell, which my colleague Kat said it was the best book she had ever read, so I had to give it a go, had to pick it up, so I ordered it in. It came out in the late 90s and I believe won quite a lot of awards when it first came out, and it is about a group of priests who are sent to make first contact with an alien species, and the book is set after the first priest returns to Earth with all the other priests having died, and as far as I can tell, something has gone horribly wrong. the first thing that happens in the book is that he murders a child. It seems pretty messed up, and I like anything kind of about space dementia, this kind of madness of being subjected to the laws of physics in its rawest form, kind of the way that nature treats people. Nature don't care, universe don't care, and I think the effect of that on the human mind is really interesting. I'm looking forward to it. The next book that I bought this month is one of those examples where I didn't even read the blurb. I saw the cover and I saw the title and I just went, yeah, I'm gonna buy that. And it is called My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. It's one of those names, it's in actual writing and my eyesight is pretty bad. It's definitely Hendrix. I think it's Grady Hendrix. No idea what this book is about really, beyond it kind of has a high school yearbook photo on the front with a girl facing away in that kind of hunched pose. I really like stories about possession. I really like films about demonic possession. Lots of them are really lame, they use the same tropes, but I still really kind of like them. I'm going to read the blurb, which I haven't actually done yet, so let's read the blurb and see what it says, and then you can discover what the book's about at the same time I'm discovering what the book's about, and you can see whether I look happy or disappointed. A heartwarming story of friendship and demonic possession. 1988, Charleston, South Carolina. High school sophomores Abby and Gretchen have been best friends since 4th grade, but after an evening of skinny dipping goes disastrously wrong, Gretchen begins to act different. She's moody, she's irritable, and bizarre incidents keep happening when she's nearby. Abby's investigation leads her to some startling discoveries, and by the time their story reaches its terrifying conclusion, the fate of Abby and Gretchen will be determined by a single question. Is their friendship powerful enough to beat the devil? Like an unholy hybrid of Beaches and The Exorcist, My Best Friend's Exorcism blends teen angst, adolescent drama, unspeakable horrors, and a mix of 80s pop songs into a pulse-pounding supernatural thriller. Yes, sounds great. Sounds absolutely brilliant. Yeah, ticks a lot of boxes. I think I'm going to enjoy this book. Oh, it's got pictures in it. Check that out. That's really cool. I got very overexcited then. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Oh, the end papers are like signed and stuff. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's going to be fun, I think. Looking forward to that. Okay, and finally, the last book that I picked up this month was You Know Me Well by Nina LaCour and David Levithan. Now, I actually got 2 copies of this book, which is very nice of the people at Pan Macmillan, and I'm going to do a giveaway on this one, I think. So, if you follow me on Twitter, I'm going to aim to get to 1,500 followers, and when I hit that number, I'm going to pick someone at random, and you can have a copy of this new book. It's contemporary YA. David Levithan is doing that thing that he does very well, where he writes with another author and kind of bounces their character off his character, and he works really well doing it. He did it with kind of Dash and Lily's Book of Dares, and obviously Will Grayson. So he's quite well known for that. This seems to have lots of diversity to it as well. It seems like a couple of gay couples, actually. A couple of gay couples. Looks like a girl who is in love with a girl from afar makes friends with a boy who is secretly in love with his best friend, and the two of them kind of form this unrequited love friendship, platonic friendship thing. I'm always a big fan of a platonic boy-girl friendship. It's always really good fun, and I'm always a big fan of diversity when it comes to sexuality in YA books, so it should be fun, I think. It's nice and bright. I think it's going to be a good summery read. If you would like to win a copy, then find me on Twitter. The link should be down there in the description at some point. So yeah. And that's it. That's the books that I got this month that are going to languish on my shelf and maybe get read the next month in June, but I doubt it. Some of them will probably sit there for the next year and a half and get read at some point. But thank you for watching. I hope there's something there that caught your eye. If there is, or if you've read any of them and want to let me know, mention it down in the comments, and that'll be fun. If you like my video, you can like it. That's really nice when people do that. And you can also subscribe if you want to see some more of my videos. That would be cool of you. As I said earlier, you can find me on Twitter, the link will be in the description. You can find me on various other social media, blah 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 blah, all of the links of which I will try and remember to put in the description. If I don't, just find me on Twitter and go, oi, what's your Goodreads? Or oi, do you do Instagram? Because I do those. Or oi, do you do Tumblr? I don't do Tumblr because I don't understand it, because I'm an old man. Bye.